All right, next thing we about to react to is I don't know how to pronounce this, but VinnyTube's top 10 best anime of 2023 so far. I mean, you gotta hit subscribe. You know what I mean? You gotta hit the subscribe. You know what I mean? You watched it. You might.
We're at the halfway mark of the year, and I think it's pretty fun to shake things up a bit.
I'm already about to say I'm intrigued, and we're about to watch this shit, and this is about to be lit.
And to do something that I haven't done before. So today I'll be listing down what I personally think are the top 10 shows so far in 2023. These are my
Yes.
personal takes, and while we may have different selections on our rankings, if you haven't watched anything from this year, then you could use this list as a reference on a possible show to pick up. Let's start with Blade of the Guardians. What's that?
Why I ain't got no homies telling me about this? That's crazy. Nah, what? I know that's what got me intrigued was the little part of the intro right there. That's what I was like, what? Hold on, cuz did what? Let's run that back. No, that's nasty. The animation. I love the old school gore.
What sets Blade of the Guardians apart is its jaw-dropping action scenes. Seriously, these battles are the bomb. The animation is so slick and stylish, it'll have you jumping out of your seat with excitement. From epic display...
I'm already excited. I'm noting all this shit down. I'm about to be having a whole little Discord watch parties going on. We about to be binging some of these shits. This shit look hard already. We at number 10, and I'm already like, damn.
Of strength to lightning fast combos, the fights in Blade of the Guardians are like a visual symphony of martial...
Hey, wait. I seen a nigga, and I seen trans. Go back.
Seriously, these battles are the bomb. The animation is so slick and stylish, it'll have you jumping out of your seat with excitement. From epic displays of strength to
Okay, that nigga black. Our browner. That's definitely native. I'm
lightning
just
fast combos.
I'm loving the skin tones. I'm loving it, and you know what I mean. I'm just
Fights in
loving
Blade
it.
of the Guardians are like a visual symphony of martial arts goodness. You'll be left wide-eyed and cheering
That is a black nigga. I love
for more,
it.
guaranteed. But it's not all about the punches and the feels. The Chinese animation also explores some seriously cool themes. So folks, there you have it. Blade of the Guardians is one hell of an anime that's taken 2023 by storm. With its kick-ass action, lovable characters and powerful messages, it's earned its spot amongst the best of the best.
是自己闯出来的。
With the awesome mobile devices that we have to watch these shows on in the best quality possible, how about taking it a step further with this awesome game? Yes, I'm talking about the sponsors of this video, Raid Shadow Legends. I'm sure a lot of you
He got me. Number 9. One actually that I actually did start watching is Trigun
been checking out this
Stampede.
channel
This is heat. Trigun is heat. Just watch this shit.
for a while. You'll know that I like Trigun in its original incarnation. That's why I was super excited when Stampede got announced, and when it aired, I got something that was on par with my expectations. The secret to enjoying Trigun
Nigga. Hey, just know throughout the show, he that nigga. He so. That's why I'm trying to maneuver like that on Call of Duty.
Stampede is similar to how I look at Ruby's Ice Queendom. It's never going to be the ultimate remake, sequel, or new anime that's going to match the original Trigun. Those instances are extremely rare. However, what Stampede
On God, first of all, that animation and that original Trigun is heat. So, like, duh.
brings to the table more than
Not saying, like, against him or anything. I'm just saying, like, for people who be thinking, like, oh, it's gonna be... It's not. It's never gonna be better. When something has a great peak, Shippuden is the probably only thing that you can probably say is arguably better than the original Naruto. Ain't nothing else is arguably better than than the original in all these cases. Like, just saying, just throwing it out there. Nah, yeah, like I even like 90s Hunter x Hunter way better than the 2000s. And I got put onto Hunter x Hunter in the 2000s. And then when I seen the 90s one, that shit crazy beautiful. That shit's crazy beautiful, the old school style. So, yeah. Don't think that none of these new or the remake or they're gonna be better. It's not. Just be happy it got remade.
satisfied my thirst for something Trigun in the 2020s. It's been a familiar yet different experience watching Stampede, and I actually think that it compares rather favourably to the original Trigun. It feels a lot more character focused, giving us a similar taste of the old one with a new flavour, and it isn't anything to scoff at on the production side of things either. This is a welcome addition to the library if you're to ask me. Up next, we have Heavenly Delusion.
Oh. Hey, I told y'all this yesterday. If they throwing hands, I'm gonna watch it.
And it could be recency bias and all, but Heavenly Delusion has impressed me so far. It's something that I almost glossed over when doing the seasonal preview for spring, but I'm
What you mean by that?
sure as hell I'm glad that I didn't. Checking this out, it has an atmosphere that you don't get to see every day in anime. People have compared it to something like Promised Neverland, Sunny Boy, along with The Last of Us, and I'm pretty inclined to agree. It's a show that really makes you keep watching with the mystery and layers of questions that are thrown at you. Heavenly Delusion really thrives on its atmosphere, setting, and the occasional action that keeps things fast and heated. All this complemented with excellent art and sound direction to capture the perfect ambiance for a story set in a world like this. I didn't expect it to go mainstream, but for those who are into this genre, Heavenly Delusion is something that you may not want to miss. Hell's Paradise takes you on an adventure to remember.
Okay. Yeah, nah, this is heat.
So coming into spring
I don't know about it
2023,
being lower
one of
than
the
top
shows I
five,
was
though.
most excited for was Hell's Paradise. I had high hopes for it, and I feel that it could be the next big thing in the world of shonen. While I didn't see the expected cultural impact just yet, people have responded. Hell's Paradise is currently one of the more popular shows from spring 2023, and it's not hard to see why, you know. Sure, the plot's something that's obviously not meant for those looking for super mature, philosophical takes on the world and the meaning of life, but among shonen titles, it does a really great job in character writing, and it's really fun to learn more about these convicts as the show goes on. They all have their goals and are easy to root for as they each carry their own charms. Most importantly, they work well together and are such a joy to watch in their respective fight scenes. If you're a fan of action, adventure and anime fights, Hell's Paradise is a must-watch, especially since it's a new anime that you can easily pick up from the start, and I'm pretty positive we'll be getting more of it in the future. Right before the halfway mark, we put the spotlight on Dr. Stone New World.
This by far is one of my favorite animes I've ever came encounter with. I am such a nerd for this shit. Oh my god, I love this show. Oh my god, Dr. Stone is heat. It's a good blend of funny and like it's just good. It's just good. Fuck what you think. Fuck what you think. It's good.
Dr. Dr. Stone's come a pretty long way, hasn't it? If there's a story that's all about the joy of exploration backed with a wonderful world that you want to keep seeing, then this is it. Granted, there have been a couple of shows that have adventure and exploration as its focus. Dr. Stone, however, has a more scientific approach to it, and I'd say that it's worked out wonderfully well so far. With how much I enjoyed Stone Wars, a part of me did feel sad to leave that side of the story and move on to New World, but mostly, I feel that New World showcases the beauty of a story that can be expanded as much as Dr. Stone can. Shifting through focus points seamlessly is something that will always impress me with an anime. It's the same show, got the same characters, and has the same overarching theme. However, the shift in approach and source of overall tension is a great indicator of the style Dr. Stone uses for its story progression. Still, this is the third season I'm talking about, and rather than talking more about this season, I'd recommend checking this out from the start. After all, Dr. Stone feels like a show that you can't just hop into and enjoy fully. It's something that's all about the journey instead of the hype of the moment.
Facts.
こういうカメラって
That show from the start, from season 1 to season 2 to season 3, is such heat. Like, oh my gosh. It's so good. It's really good. If you like anime and you don't like, if you don't looking for something that's super actiony but like a thriller but also like chill, this is it. Has chill episodes where it's cool, but everything's all story based. It's all science. Man, it's just fun. It's a fun show. It's a
って
fun
あれ
show
だ
to
よ
watch.
ね左右がひっくり返るやついやプリズム入ってっからな反転もしねえもういい服なんざ気球の邪魔だ
We then proceed to the newest season of Demon Slayer because why not?
純の竜
There's no denying how much of a mark Demon Slayer's made in the anime community since the end of the last decade, and there's no reason to think that Ufotable would let up after seeing the franchise break records left and right. That momentum carried on to this newest season, one that I admittedly didn't have as much hype for as Infinity Train or Entertainment District arc as a Source reader. Still, Swordsmith Village is an integral part of the story, and it's got a lot of moments to
Warzone
remember,
a bit,
all while
yes,
putting the
sir.
spotlight on the pillars that needed a lot of shine. If you've watched any of the previous seasons of Demon Slayer, you already know what to expect
Right
by the
after
time
this
you pick
video.
up this latest season. Pretty colours, insane animation, basically top-notch production that's quickly becoming the norm in modern shonen blockbusters. I'd say that it's
Right.
placed here pretty high because it still does a great job entertaining me. However, I don't see Demon Slayer breaking any new ground with its writing or characterization. Still, does it have to? When its main appeal has always been the fights, the moments that keep you on the edge of your seats, and the characters who get to show off
Hey, I'm
every
about to
other
dab
episode.
right after
I'd
the
look for Demon
video,
Slayer to
already
keep up with the
know,
momentum
already.
all the way to a cinematic finish as we approach the home stretch.
MV10
I ain't gonna hold you. I kind of liked this season more than last season. Like the last couple episodes was way more intense than the flashy shit. I ain't gonna hold you, cause yeah, he got it in the chin, that was cool, and then on the mouth. But the way these niggas was getting their ass beat at the beginning of the fight. These niggas, it did not look like shit was smooth. Yeah, it ended like this. Spoiler alert, it ends like this. But just know it starts like this. And they don't miss. Oh my gosh. I watched this because people watched it ahead of time. So I was just like, let me binge it. You know what I mean? I got to this episode. It cuz flicked. I knew. I said, oh, these niggas dead. I said, oh, nigga, they did one of those where they did the move and ain't nothing happened for a second or two. Yeah, nah, you niggas is dead. And all you see is a blast.
We approach the home stretch.
Them niggas got blasted.
For my fourth ranked title, we have Bungo Stray Dogs 4.
Now I heard about this, but
from one
I
of
don't
the
know, it
biggest
just doesn't
shonen in the
seem
past
like
5 years to what I'd call
my
an
my
underrated
cup
seinen,
of tea.
even in the
Yeah.
smaller library in the genre. Bungo Stray Dogs has consistently been
But I heard
a
it's good,
fan
though.
favorite in Japan, but the reception just hasn't been the same level overseas.
Yeah,
I'll say that
see?
you're all missing out on one of the best.
Alright, see, look, at least I don't feel weird about it. Like, at least they're saying, like, it ain't have the same, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It just, I watched the first episode and I was like, I'm gonna go watch One Piece. You know what I mean? Like,
Action seinen out there. Bungo Stray Dogs continues to prove its worth 4 seasons in, and while I personally had a lot of memorable moments from the previous seasons, the 4th one
but go check it out. It's new. It's the top 10. You know what I mean? Top 10. I'm not taking away from nothing on this list. You know what I mean? I ain't taking nothing away from this list. I'm just saying it wasn't me.
simply ramps up the intensity. The stakes for
I already told y'all what I like. I like thrillers. I like drama. Action, of course, and niggas gotta be fighting. And not every anime niggas gotta be fighting because I like Gundam. So just understand I like that type of thriller where it's all like niggas is playing games on top of war. Like I watch thrillers, my nigga. This was no thrillers for me.
feel a lot higher than
But
before.
it is,
seems that the thrills
but it's
and
just not for
suspense
me.
have been upped big time. There's more character development, and while I personally feel that few can match the hype of the main hero and his rival taking on the villain at the end of the 2nd season, the 4th season of Bungo Stray Dogs has shaped up to the sequel that lives up to its predecessors. Bungo Stray Dogs continues to prove to be a diamond in the rough, a gem that people haven't had the pleasure to experience as much. It's not a completely niche show, but I feel it deserves more love than what I'm seeing.
It's on my list, so I'm gonna watch it. I'm not one of those type of niggas that don't come back to watch something. Like eventually I'm a catch up on some shit. Like to the point like I'm gonna go reach out and watch new shit and just throw it on when I'm like editing or something, and then I'm gonna end up liking it. I did that for what's that one that's on Netflix with the dude with the pink hair? That shit, I throw that shit on almost every time I'm editing now, because it's a funny little cool little vibe. I watch it, niggas be on stream, so I have them tabbed up, and I just go and I do my thing. So I might come back to it.
Opening the top 3 is Oshinoko.
Alright, this is where you really in the bag of anime right here. This is really a bag. And I have been on my list. I haven't even started it yet.
There's no doubt that one of, if not the biggest anime phenomenon in 2023 belongs to the list. Coming from the same guy who gave us the smash hit Kaguya-sama comes this title where things take a way darker turn. Oshinoko probably had so much hype entering the season, and the anime team made
I thought it was a whole different show. Just to watch it, I thought it was so different. I was like,
sure it lived up to it,
I
even
see.
exceeding expectations
I
in a
see
lot
the
of ways.
trailer.
There's a lot
Fine,
of
nah,
love and
I'm
care
watching
being
this.
put on this show, from the movie-length opening episode to the huge
funny.
marketing push on social media. They went all in on Oshinoko, and I think there's no show that deserves it more than this one. There's a lot to be said about how well the show does in the production department, but I always look at Oshinoko more for its thematic value. Sure, if we're going to be cynical and critical, we can see that the whole criticism of the entertainment industry, as well as looking at parasocial
they got the money
relationships in
on
society, is
the
nothing
writing
new.
side
And I
more
don't think
than
that
the
any
animation
modern
side.
anime has handled it in a way that hits as hard as it does in
That's the only
Oshinoko.
thing that
Perhaps
stops
it's because of the
them.
characters that
There's
you
some-
can't
there's
help
some-
but
there-
care
I've
about,
seen,
or
like,
perhaps
2
it's because of the
episodes,
whole
there's some
crime
fuck shit. I
thriller
was like,
premise the show had to
bro,
hook
what are
people
y'all
in.
paying?
Maybe because there's just the whole level of gravity in which the show looks at these dark sides of showbiz matters. Oshinoko is definitely one of the strongest hits this year, and it more than deserves the praise it's been
It's one of the
garnering.
good
I won't
dramas,
crown
for
it
real,
new
for real.
anime of the year just yet, but it's certainly
If
made
you're into like animes, like, and you want something other than action or the big shonen jump stuff, this is a cool drama. It's for real.
a very strong case. Make sure you go and watch this one.
アクアあなた星野アクア
誰だっけ？
あれじゃない重曹を舐める天才子役9秒で泣ける天才子役
Following it is the latest season of Attack on Titan.
They lying. He's lying. He's lying. I'm sorry. This is just my personal beef with this anime. I'm really sick and tired of the final season in different parts. Like, bro, they could have just been different seasons.
A decade. That's how long it's been since the world was introduced to this epic series known as Attack on Titan. And since then, it's taken us through a lot of twists and turns. From the high tension and bleak opening seasons to what we have now, I'd say that Attack on Titan has shown us the best of several worlds. With how long it's been, it's hard to talk about the latest season in detail, but I'd say that throughout these years, Attack on Titan has remained consistent in tone and production.
I am a Jaegerist, though. Kill all the motherfuckers.
Excellent, even with the change in
I
studio.
gotta
It's a
make that
show
be
that
known.
always brings you in with the action, the breathtaking fights, before making you stay with the questions, the mysteries that make you second guess what you know about humanity. It's a modern masterpiece a decade ago, and I'm going to say that if you're one of the Labs fans who only watched the first few parts, coming back and joining the ride again isn't such a bad proposition. The hype may have faded from the glory days, but the journey's still
Yeah, all of the motherfuckers.
nothing short of amazing. The same still holds true now that we're in the climax of the entire thing. Most fans are probably fully aware of the controversial nature of its manga ending, but I'm more excited as we move towards the home stretch. I really look forward to seeing how the anime will handle it. As for my top anime of 2023 so far, Vinland Saga Season 2.
Now we on to something. Now I'm happy with this list. Now I'm happy. Y'all know me. This is my shit. I watch this shit every week on time, nigga. I was watching this episodes. This shit is godly heat.
2.
You need drama, action, and this is season 1 and 2 is, oh my god. It's heat. Vinland Saga is one of the greatest animes. They going crazy. Just story wise. The story is heat.
I've always been very high on Vinland Saga. I loved it for how complete it is as a product. You've got the action, the character development, the nice plot progression, the meaningful story beats, the captivating world, and so forth. I'm glad to say that the same holds true for this season of Vinland Saga despite the drastic shift in tone. A lot of times,
Oh my
when a series
gosh.
departs from it,
Yes, that's the greatest thing. The greatest thing is the seasons feel like you're watching a whole different show. But it's the same shit. It's like night and day. It's so crazy, and that's how good the story building is to it. Like, you watch season 1 and you get to season 2, you're like, what the fuck am I watching? But then you understand the story, so it just grabs you in and it takes you on the ride for the next one. And wait till season 3 comes. Yo, they are riding their ass off. This is my favorite. This is what I'm gonna say as my number 1 too. Like, I'm gonna be real. Number 1,
its initial
Vinland
tone
Saga.
in a way as drastic as this one, it does end up being off-putting.
I'm with
I mean,
the hype.
this is
I'm
just
with
what
the hype.
Vinland Saga is now. No longer the violent and lost-filled adventures through the treacherous world, but a drama that's considerably slower in pacing. I'd still say that the magic is still there, and I say that because I know that Vinland Saga's greatest strength is getting you immersed in its world building and characterization. It may no longer be the battle through the high seas, but there's still a whole new
The character building with every single character is what gets you. Oh my gosh, they give you everything. They give you everything. They give you everything. Like, they build up every character, all the main characters. They don't miss a beat. They don't miss a fucking beat. You know, I know all the villains. I know why they the villains. I know who they bro, it's so good. And it's only 2 seasons. Like, this is some good shit.
new world to explore out there and more characters to learn about. Now, the spotlight shines on Thorfinn as a war veteran and a focus on what living means to people in this era. Not a lot of shows can do the genre shift as well as Vinland Saga did, but how it manages to pull it off earns it top spot in my favourite anime of 2023 as far as June goes.
He W fucking list.
And that ends my list. I'd appreciate hearing what you have to say about it. That's what
Yeah, W list. Nah, that was hard. Nah, that was hard.